The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So things are underway.
Well, Peter, there's goalkeepers, and they're great goalkeepers, and then there's Oliver Kahn. He's in a league of his own.
While he is a goalkeeping icon, isn't he? The man famously known as King Khan by some. He's belligerent, he's brazen, but he's utterly brilliant.
And never in a mood to accept failure. There's that body language he's always talking about. No wonder he instills both respect and fear in opponents.
Mbappe gets flagged offside. Now it's Drogba. He's picked his way through. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He whips it across. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Caicedo. Can he get on the end of this? That is good alertness. Robson. Mateus.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break.
Here's a chance! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Now it's Drogba. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Kimmich. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Oh, that's fabulous. And it's claimed by the keeper. Gerrard. And it's Totti. Oh, easy pickings there. Mateus. It's a pretty loose pass. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Hasebe. Beckham. Robson. Totti. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Drogba. It's Drogba! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Zico is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Some good work on the right flank here. And they've got a throw. Van Dijk. Totti. And it's half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. So into the second half.
Goa really can count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. Couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
Mbappe! Mbappe! Now, who's going to be first to this? And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And there's no surprise who's taking this corner. They've played it short. And it's Alexander-Arnold. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's got the beating of his man. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Oh, well played, well played. And they're quick to get it back. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. And this is Adriano. Mbappe. Japan needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Substitutions taking place.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
That is good strength. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. And this is Drogba. It's Drogba! And that's another fine save.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder.
Corner number 2 then. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Firm header just off target.
He did so well there. It's just a shame about the accuracy.
Japan have their third corner. Takes a shot! Wow, that is Didier Drogba! He's got himself an absolute peach. Finally the breakthrough.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
Oh, that is out of this world. Terrific improvisation and execution.
Wow, just wow. I'm speechless, totally speechless.
So the first moment of real significance.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Goa really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Substitution.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Alexander-Arnold. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Mateus.
There will be 5 minutes added
Challenged
time.
just a bit on the firm side. And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. I do think he's feeling the effects of that tackle. Alexander-Arnold. And that has put paid to that. Looking for options for movement. And this is Drogba. He is through here. Drogba! That was superb goalkeeping.
Drogba clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And that signals the end. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that.
And a quick announcement for the benefit
What
of
are your
anybody
thoughts
who
on
has
today's
found
game then,
themselves
Jim?
a little lost
Goa
today.
just didn't
Please
look
look at the
terribly
screen for
sharp,
information
Peter.
on how to
Nothing
find
wrong
your
with the
way
effort
around
or
this
the
stadium.
industry. They simply couldn't turn it on when they really needed it once the goal had gone in. There was only going to be one winner.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And that gets things running.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective...
Goes for a shot! Ambitious, but just off target.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Lovely pass, but can he get there?
That is a great pick out.
Shoots! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Donadoni clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Gerrard. And here's Dembele. Zanetti. Driven in. And that is expertly dealt with. Goa, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Gerrard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Mateus can so cleverly bypass the press. He's in plenty of space here. Gerrard, and that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Totti, and they can counter here. Oh, that's a key interception.
Miami really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Dembele receives it in a wide position. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Donadoni. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Mateus. Totti. No, that's been intercepted. Guardiola. Gerrard. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? So, a temporary halt to the action. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. How's the first half compared with your expectations?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. Back on the way then. So neither side has yet broken through. Mateus. He's trying his best to keep it in play here. Totti in the hunt and looking threatening. It's a pretty loose pass. Now, can they get him away? Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still...
Bale! Gareth glittering Bale! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! It is the pick-me-up they all long for. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Miami are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So we have the header! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy. Miami have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
And he thumps it clear. It's a searching pass. Oh, nicely intercepted. Not the most accurate pass. And the shot! And a neat finish. And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Goa restore parity.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Mateus tries to clear. Can he finish? Oh, quite a hit and quite a touch too.
Guardiola certainly made the right decision there to hit it first time. I had the feeling he might try it the way the ball arrived.
Casillas is there to clear. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And here's Bale. Zanetti. Bale. Bale! And that's a real chance missed.
Bale has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Vieri. Played into space. Bale finding himself in space. Oh, shooting chance! Corner number 2 then. Getting up there! Zanetti getting this one clear.
Miami clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
He is through here.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Caicedo. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Deep into stoppage time. Donatoni. Doué. Real chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Substitutions taking place.
Goa are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. And he's got the beating of his man. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square.
A quick reminder.